Now let's run a z-score training with your software. First of all, we are putting a new folder. We're creating a new folder, create new folder, and will be z-score training on 2 channels. It will be let's say C3 and C4 z-score training. Let's also put in the name. It is my last name and 2 letters or 3 letters of my first name, and then C3, C4, we call that z-score training. Maybe IFEN-ProZ protocol, and then we click OK, create and select settings. It has to be now. You go to IFEN-ProZ 1.5. This is the protocol, and it's an Atlantis protocol, of course, and you have the database QEG Pro, and again you put in an age 1982 maybe, computing age, and then you this is 1952 anyway, it doesn't matter. It will now compute the z-scores and compare it with the database of people that are that age. And you can always change it if you like. Just showing you that you can now put in maybe 1980, and then it computes another age. So we'll make sure we run it on the simulation just for demonstration. Now we have a 2-channel z-score training, which means we have to go to acquisition first and then deselect all previous channels and just select C3 and C4. Then we have to go to montage and set from acquired, so that only these 2 channels are used for training. And actually that's all. You now go use the settings and close. These are the 2 channels, C3, C4, and in z-scores we will then compute the z-scores, and this is the training screen. Now let's just start with this one. We hit the go button, we say yes, and it will now just compute the z-scores for these 2 channels. This is a simulated EEG, and C3 and C4. You go to z-scores, you should see now the z-scores for these 2 channels, but we don't see it yet. We have to probably also make changes. Yeah, you see that there is no z-scores computed. We just run again. When there are no z-scores, when everything's 0, you just restart it. And look what happens after this. Okay, let's look at z-score setup. Probably we need to change something there. Let's hear surface EEG. Here is the problem. We have still the trained channels. These are the old channels but we have selected new ones. We just have to hit the add all button, and then we will have the z-scores. Use the settings and close. Now z-scores should be calculated with these 2 channels, but again we just restart now the software to get all the calculations for the z-scores and then for the training. So I just did not look at that point. We have acquisition again. You go to montage, and then you should go to z-scores. Make sure that the z-scores are added, and C3, C4 is now in the mix, and you will look at here z-score options. You will record and calculate surface z-scores. He will this is a 4-channel template, but we only have 2 channels, but there are no 2-channel templates. We just have to do it by ourselves. So now use the settings and close and see what happens. Now we see that t-scores are calculated, and in training we also see absolute power, symmetry, coherence and phase are calculated as z-scores and deviations. And we can actually use now these settings and run a session or use a feedback like the multimedia player, for example, and play a video in zoom mode just to demonstrate feedback. We're using resource video. We don't stream at the moment. A resource video of the canyon. It will modulate zoom, or it will modulate stop and go. And there's also a sound modulation available. Now we use just we use the zoom modulation, and here we are. It will now create a bigger or a smaller picture, which is the zoom mode. When we meet criteria, picture gets bigger, and when we meet criteria, picture gets smaller. And we can also eliminate sounds here if you like. And in the settings we can decrease or increase the difficulty level. This makes difficulty easier because we give more reward, and by clicking on the left mouse button and pulling that arrow down, we'll get less reward. Alright, that's all.